Hey y'all, I'm back with another one. And first and foremost, I want to thank God. Thank God for another day, another chance to do better, to do right, learn, grow, heal, evolve, teach, to live in our purpose, to live life, take care of our children, okay? Secondly, please go visit erinsedition.shop. That's ERINSEDITION.SHOP. I sell God ordained tees, y'all. That's t-shirts. And this video gonna be long. I'm gonna let you know that right now. But first, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title it, so we're gonna leave that for last. But first, let me just tell y'all what happened last week. So we all know it was the eclipse last week, okay, on the 8th. So right after that, what was it, the 9th? Yep, because it was a Tuesday. On the 9th, that's important too, y'all. The 9th. The 9 is the end of a cycle, right? So I was experiencing what I call spiritual sickness. So what I define spiritual sickness as is a sickness that's worse than the common cold. This is a sickness that occurs at the end of a cycle. Okay. You're going into the new beginning, and this is the last thing that you have to go through before you get to your next level. At least that's my experience. And so this has happened to me 3 times in my life. So I'm thinking that this is a pattern. So the first time was back in 2020, and I was throwing up all day, like for hours. It was really bad, and that was my body purging. I didn't know it at the time, but that's what it was. It happened again 2022, a few months after my baby was born, and it happened just recently, April 2024. So for me, the pattern is every 2 years. So that's why I'm thinking like, okay, this is a major new beginning or a major like level of life that we are about to go into. Cool. So personally, I experienced like flu-like symptoms. So my body was hurting real bad just out of nowhere. I was real hot on the inside. My throat chakra seemed like it was closing up. So when I went to like swallow my food, it was scratching my throat like really bad. Like I could barely swallow. So I try to eat me some soup or something. It wasn't scalding hot, but it was giving me a burning sensation. So I just make me a smoothie. I had to eat because, I'm sick or whatnot. But I end up losing like 5 pounds. I said, hold on, girl. I said, you don't need to lose no more weight. Hold on, slow down, slow your roll, okay? So made my little smoothies, and I still had to take care of my baby while I'm going through this 3-day period. And it was very hard because of course I want to lay in the bed and just let this wear off, and still had to get up, feed my baby, change her, tend to her, make sure she was okay, watch her, all the things that mothers do. So I want to thank all the mamas that still do it, feeling at their best and feeling at their worst, because it's not easy. This is this is not a game, and you got to keep pushing forward regardless of your situation. So I didn't personally didn't want to put her off on nobody, because I knew everybody needed their own time to themselves. They be with my baby. I work every day. So I wanted to be with my child. So all I could really ask God was, please don't let this baby get sick. And God blessed me with that. I said, I'll go through this, Lord, because I know what I'm going through. I just asked that my baby don't get sick. That's it. And it worked out. So yeah, so some of y'all may have experienced spiritual sickness, some of y'all may have not. That's okay, but that's what comes with it. Okay, at the end of this, the very last thing for me, at least the very last thing I have to go through spiritually before I elevate. Okay, so I don't even know where to start now. So I don't even know how to explain to y'all what I'm finna say. Familiar spirits, let's say that's what this gonna be called. Familiar spirits, okay? So I'm having a conversation with my child's father, and I realized, like, I decided to, like, leave him, so to speak, back in 2022. This is 2024, right? So back then, that's when I actually started going through my healing, learning what it was that I did wrong, understanding what had just happened. So the situation, um, learning how to forgive myself and forgive others, and going back to my childhood trauma and thinking about what other people traumas may have been and why things played out how they played out, and just I was ready to heal. Okay, whatever it came, but I was ready, and that's what I did. That's what God helped me do. Okay, so now I'm in the process of my healing. I feel good. I forgave. I'm ready to move forward in my life, and do the next step, what God want me to do. I'm not holding no grudges. I don't gotta grieve over this situation no more. Okay, I'm cool. I'm in a good place. So then, that was 2022, right? 2023. I think I went back one time. I said, yeah, this ain't for me. And then this year, yep, 2024, this year, had a few encounters with him. So I'm like, dang, I come to realize, like, I thought I was healed and I thought I was done back in 2022. This is 2024, and I can officially say, like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. So that's a year and 8 months to be exact, y'all. I'm good. And so I told him, like, I felt the need to tell him, like, I felt good about it. I was ready to express it to him verbally. I'm like, I'm cool on you now. I'm cool. I said, I appreciate our experience. I'm glad that we still have some form of love for one another. Of course, we're going to have love through our child, but, we still have that love towards one another. But I'm good. Like, I could really, truly let you go. I thought I let you go. But if you ain't letting somebody go in totality, y'all, like sex included, you ain't let that person go. So now I'm at the point in my life I'm like, I'm good. I'm cool, and I feel good about it. So I'm expressing it to him. Hey, he be killing me sometimes. I'm expressing it to him. This man he say, well, what you want me to say? I say, I don't expect you to say anything. I'm just letting you know. And so I go on to say, I said, can we agree that we're not each other's person? And he says, basically, like, what is that? Like, what is somebody's person? Like, we all have multiple soulmates, and, people are good for our souls, and woo wop the bam. And this is true. We do have multiple soulmates. I believe that. But I believe that my best friend is my soulmate. Okay? We connect on a deeper level. We know, we could feel that sense when something is wrong with one another. She'll call me, I'll call her, text, whatever the case is. That's a soulmate. My grandmother and I, we were soulmates to the point where it was physical. So if her chest was hurting, my chest was hurting for two different reasons, but it was the same experience. That's a soulmate. She was really my soulmate. We was two peas in a pod. What? If she knew I was in danger, she'll have a dream. She called me one time. I miss my grandma. Okay. We're gonna bring her up in a sec. Okay. But these were soulmates of mine. So I get what he's saying, like, on a romantic level, but it could be your friends, it could be your family. You know what I'm saying? It's all about who connects with your soul. So I'm like, in my head, like, it's no getting back together. Like, we not meant for one another. So I'm cool. And this is what's the word, y'all? drilled in my head that there's no working nothing out. Like I don't personally want to, because I know God has somebody else that is 100% for me. Now that don't mean that we ain't gonna have no problems. That don't mean we not gonna argue. That don't mean we ain't gonna go through the hard times. But this person that God has for me is 100% for me. He mans. You hear me? Don't know who he is yet. Don't matter. But this is what I know. This is what I feel. So um okay, whatever else was said, I ain't even gonna mention it. That's fine. Y'all catch my drift. So I just want to let y'all know, like, this whole healing thing, when you're healing from a person or from an experience, baby, this it's not no walk in the park. It's not no getting over it within a day if you're truly trying to heal. And even then, you're not gonna be 100% healed, because it's still those situations that happen, and from your perspective, how you looking at it, like, it really hurts you. So you don't think about it, and you may get angry again and sad and down. It's a part of the game. It's just a part of the game. But ultimately, for the most part, you understand the situation, and you've grown from it. So that's what I'm at with it. Okay. Now I say that to him, and that's how I feel, and that's what I'm gonna stand on. I promise you that. So now I'm at the store with my baby, right? And I give her my phone, keep her preoccupied while I'm shopping. This guy, this this guy comes up to me, and he just making conversation. He noticed, my baby on the phone watching her show. And so he like, yeah, my baby be doing the same thing. Some way, somehow, she has my PIN number to my phone. I don't even know how she got it. And I say, yeah, these babies real smart. They real smart. And I laugh or whatever. So then he goes on to ask me if I am in a relationship. And I tell him I am happily single, which I am. And so he tells me to take down his number. So I say, I ain't say nothing at first, y'all. This what happened. I ain't say nothing at first. I look at him, and I notice he hasn't looked me in my eye once. So I say, you ain't even looked me in my eyes. So then he looks at me. He's like, okay, you want to take down my number? So I said, yeah, I don't mind. That's fine. So I take down his number. Cool. I text him, hey, I ain't even mention my name. But I texted, this is Erin. So I said, what's your name? Because he ain't asked me that either. He said, my name is such and such. What's your name? And I say, oh, I'm Erin. Nice to meet you. So I reach my hand out. I say, nice to meet you. I said, I would shake your hand, but you got that glove on. I don't know what you've been touching. So he said, what you doing? I said, I'm introducing myself. I'm shaking your hand. He said, women don't do that. Now, I don't know if that's true, y'all. If a woman should be reaching out to shake a man's hand or not. I don't know. But he ain't do it. So that's like 2 red flags. You haven't looked me in my eye yet. Made eye contact, and you ain't reach out to shake my hand. I might let that little red flag go. I might let that little shake of the hand go. We not too formal nowadays. So, but in my head, that's 2 red flags. Okay. So he tells me, okay, I'm gonna call you a little later, or I'm gonna text you, whatever he said. Okay, fine, cool. So I go on. Me and baby go on. We still shopping. I see him again. He says to me, and make sure you take care of our baby. Huh? I said, and that's when I said, hold on. I said, you got to pump the brakes. I said, you're doing a little too much. I said it just like that, y'all. Because what? You ain't known me for 5 minutes and you talking about our baby. I ain't got no baby with you. This is not your child. I don't play those type of games. She has a father. Okay. So Red flag number 3. I'm still shopping. I see him for a third time, y'all, and this man asks me, he's like, so you're not with, your baby's dad? And I'm like, nah, I'm not with him. And he started to put his 2 cents in, but he stopped himself. I don't know what he was gonna say, but it was probably in his best bet. It was probably his best bet to not say nothing. Cause first of all, he told me he got 3 kids, age 6, and what was the other age of them kids? The baby was 16, and then I don't know what that third child was, how old the third child was. So you not with they mama or they mamas. I don't know how many baby mamas you got. So it's nothing for you to mention about my situation. That's not your place. Okay. So he stops himself. Then he's like, so is he in the baby life? Like, is he around? Do he see her? Just asking me all these questions, y'all. And I instantly got, I ain't gonna say the vibe, because sometimes I do overthink. But I feel like, look, I'm protecting myself, and I'm damn sure finna protect my child, because she the main person that I'm concerned about with whoever I may deal with, my child. So how he is asking these questions is like, you're giving me opportunist vibes. Like, why is you worried about if he's involved in her life and if he's around? What you trying to do? You trying to plot? What's going on? So, and I'm just thinking this, but I'm being cool. I'm being real cool. I ain't looking crazy, because I know my facial expressions, baby, they something else. But I'm peeping what he asking me, and I'm like, cause, like, I understand guys be asking these questions to see like where you're at with your child's father, if they trying to pursue you, if they trying to, date you in the future, start something with you. I get that, but how he coming off like it's giving opportunist vibes. So what happened after that, child? So then he comes out of nowhere, and he's telling me about a woman that he put his hands on back in the day. He said this was the first and the last woman he ever put his hands on. He had told his daddy about it, and I guess his daddy like straightened him out in a cool manner. Like, you don't put your hand, because this woman was pregnant with his child, I believe he said. And his daddy was just telling him like, at the end of the day, if she has a girl, or she is gonna have a girl, and you gonna feel some type of way if a man put his hands on your daughter. It's the same thing. So he pretty much checked his son or whatever. So he said, yeah, from that point forward, I ain't never put my hand on a woman. But in my head, I'm like, oh, you still beat bitches. Because why is you bringing that up if it happened one time? That's that, and it came out of nowhere, him saying that. So what? How many red flags we at now, y'all? 4, 5? Okay. Now I don't know if he was trying to impress me, but he did this little move with my hand, some jujitsu type stuff. He did something with my hand. I said, hold on. I moved my hand back. I said, that hurt. Like, he barely touched me. I said that. I said, you barely touched me and that hurt. But, a man got natural strength. So whatever he did hurt my hand. I'm like, what's to you? Like, he was just irking me. Like, I regretted giving my number. Ugh. You just irritated me. So, he did that. And I did get irritated. I did catch an attitude, whatever. But then I asked him, I'm like, okay, jujitsu. I said, are you a protector? He couldn't even answer the question. It took, what he say? Because it took him a while to answer it. Like, I'm looking at him. Mind you, he don't make eye contact like that. And I can say this. He don't take care of himself, I want to say, because his skin, he a light skin. I ain't never had no light skin. But he a light skin and like yellow. So, when they got acne, they got them red bumps, baby. And it's it's a lot. Like, you see my chocolate, you barely see anything. I ain't perfect, but okay. So imagine a light skin with just uh uh I couldn't even help myself just looking at his face. Like, ooh, no wonder you don't want to look me in my eye. So anyhow, I'm like, yeah, you're not taking care of yourself. Oh, another red flag. We'll be at 5, 6. Okay. Um. So what happened after that, child? Okay, so he was just rubbing me the wrong way. He ain't answer my. That's what happened. He ain't answer my question about the being a protector, and that's a man to me. You're a protector. You're a provider. Okay. Um. Of course, more than that, but that's a big deal for me. So his coworkers, mind you, this is an employee. I'm sorry, the employee at the store that's talking to me. So his coworkers, they needed him. So he like, just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. So me being me, I'm not finna wait around for nobody, baby. You got my number, either you gonna use it or you not. So I walk over there to him. I say, look, I gotta go, but I'll talk to you later. I'm not, yeah. I wasn't that interested to be waiting. So he's like, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna hit you up. I said, okay. So he hits me up, y'all. He hits me up that night. It was like 11 something. I'm knocked out. I gotta work in the morning. So I didn't see it and I didn't respond till like first thing that morning, like whatever. It wasn't first thing. It was like 9 o'clock or something. And I said good morning. And I ain't heard from him since, which is no surprise to me because it's given it's given control. He probably the type of nigga that feel like, oh, if she not responding quick, I ain't finna talk to her. I don't know what men be doing. That's a weak man to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. He came off real weak to me, and I don't want that type of man. Um, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, oh, I want her to chase me. She gonna have to chase me now since she ain't respond. I don't play them type of games. So I called my friend because sometimes I could do too much, and in my head, I'm like, okay, Erin, everybody, you don't have to try to look into people and try to fill them out in terms of being a spouse. You can just be friends with these guys. So that's why, because I started not to give him the number, but I'm like, it's okay to interact with males. It's okay to be friends. So that I tried to open myself up to it. I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I called my friend and I'm like, okay, so this is what happened. And at first she was like, yeah, I think you tripping, Erin. I do. But then I said, hold on. This man um telling me that he done put hands on a woman. Like, we didn't have no type of it was nothing that led up to him saying that to me. Nothing. So that's a red flag. I'm okay. There we go. I'm not tripping. Okay. I'm not. So okay, now with me explaining this to y'all, all I'm saying is familiar spirits. This man, he reminded me of somebody I used to deal with years ago. This man said the same exact thing to me. He said he dragged a woman. Now this man from out west Chicago, y'all. This man say who I used to deal with. He said before we started anything, sorry, I keep cutting myself off. Before we started anything, I'm getting to know this man. This man telling me how he dragged or drug a pregnant female. I don't know if it was by her hair, by her arm, but dragged her down the street. This is what he told me, y'all. And I didn't think that was a red flag. I was real dumb. I was real young. I was real goofy. Okay, back then. So I'm like, oh, well, we should never have that problem. I don't know what she did. You see how goofy that is? I don't know what she did for you to do that. Like, that's okay. No. So once he choked me, it was a wrap. Because I seen that growing up. I said, I don't never want that for myself. I never go through that. So for me to experience that with him, I said, oh yeah, it's a wrap. Yep, it's time to go. Because I don't even play like that. We not getting into no domestic violent relationship, and I'm sitting here stuck because I think I love him and he ain't for me. He don't love me. I'm just another punching bag. So I had to learn the hard way when he had really told me who he was from jump. So that's just something that I had to learn back when I was way, way younger. Um, so that's what dude reminded me of. And then he talking about he got 3 kids. I don't want to deal with that. For me, that's unequally yoked. Now, I'm not saying that you all should feel the same way, because God may have somebody for you that may have 3 kids. Like, who knows? But for me, I know that's not for me. I don't want nobody with no 3 kids and I only have one. No, I'm not doing it. So that's just how I feel. That's what it is. So that's what that is with familiar spirits, y'all. When you are dating or just experiencing life, this is just me experiencing life. I wasn't looking for nobody. I wasn't looking for nobody to stop me and say nothing to me. So when you're experiencing life, be mindful of these spirits and think back to situations you may have already went through, and you know what I'm saying? Like, just weigh it out. Like, this might be another woo 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 that I went through last year, 2 years ago. Nah, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just be mindful. Use your discernment. Use your spiritual eyes. Okay? I read these people like the back of my hand. We ain't even got to talk long. I promise you. Baby, it's hard to deal with me. I'm very hard to impress. At this point in my life, I didn't experience so much that I don't want to ever experience again. I'm very hard to impress. So if you ain't coming correct, if you ain't coming as a gentleman, if you ain't got no money, I don't want you. Because I know that what you have, I got or I could go get. That's just what it is. The most important thing is his relationship, for me, his relationship with God. Are you walking with God? Are you living in your purpose or trying to figure out what your purpose is? Even though you may not know your purpose at the moment, you're still walking with God. That's the most important thing with me. I'm not playing with these guys. These guys is real weak to me. The guys that I've come in contact with, they're very weak to me. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And I'm not going for it. Money or not. If your relationship ain't built with God, I don't want you. You're an abuser physically, or you verbally abuse, any type of abuse, I'm not messing with you. You talking crazy, you talking reckless, I'm not messing with you. You're not a gentleman? No. It's not hard for me to know. No more. So, 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, y'all, I'm in my thoughts and I'm like, wow, God, I'm really done with my child's father. Like, wow. Like, it took a year and 8 months. I'm just talking to God. A regular conversation, me and God, me and self, myself and self. And I go to sleep. I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. I'm proud of myself, all that. I'm ready for the next chapter of my life. I'm ready for my God ordained spouse. And y'all know I always say, like, this is a great desire of mine to meet of course, he ain't going to be my spouse right when I meet him. You know, we go through the process, but that's what it's going to become. I'm excited for that part of my life. At the same time, right now, I'm focused on my child. I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on God. I'm focused on my businesses. I'm focused on what God got for me, wants me to do as far as helping people, helping my community. That's what I'm focused on. So I know he going to come. I still desire it though, and that's okay. So I go to sleep and I can't sleep on my back, y'all. I can't sleep on my back at all. So I went through sleep paralysis. This is probably the second or third time in my life I didn't experience sleep paralysis, y'all. So, like I said, I went to sleep in a good mood, just thanking God. And I want to say I was in the in-between, y'all, because I know I was asleep, but I was awake. Like, In the physical realm, I was asleep. In the dream realm, I was awake. I really don't know how to explain it, y'all. This really felt like the in between. Like what y'all be calling the in between, what people call the in between, it really felt like that. It was like I had control, but I didn't have control. I know I was in another realm. I know that for sure. And it was so wild, y'all. Like it seemed like my first experience. So I'm in sleep paralysis. I can't move. I know this entity is controlling me and I'm fighting. I'm fighting to get up. I'm get up. Get up. Move your arm. Get up. Like in the physical though. I'm literally trying to get up in the physical. Wake myself up, move, whatever, whatever. I know it's an entity that's trying to hold me back. And when I tell y'all, oh, I don't want to cry. When I when I tell y'all my grandma's spirit was right to the left of me, excuse me. Her spirit was to the left of me. She was right there with me. Her spirit, y'all. Her spirit. I didn't see her physical being like how she was here in the physical when she was with us, with her family. It was literally a spirit. I felt her energy so strong. She was right there with me. She was right there going through it with me. And that scared me more than the sleep paralysis did. And that's when I knew my grandmother is my guardian angel. Like, guardian angels are real. And what I just went through, whatever I just experienced, it was because I'm literally there as far in terms of ready for my spouse, as far as letting go the past, as far as getting ready to learn like just how to be a, I'm still learning how to be a woman. I don't have no shame in that. I'm young. How to be a woman, how to be a mother. When I get my spouse, how to keep my spouse, how to take care of my spouse, what my spouse is supposed to do for me. Okay? Just the roles. And you can set your own roles as well. Like sometimes the man, I was talking about this today with my coworker. Sometimes the man could stay home, take care of the home, take care of the children, and the mother goes and works. When traditionally we think the woman stays home, takes care of the children, takes care of the home, and the father works. Like you could flip it how you want, but at the end of the day, God's rules is God's rules. So I'm still learning all this, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm like, it was just so much at once. It's like my grandma's my guardian angel. I literally felt her. I don't even know how to explain it, y'all. I seen the spirit. Like it's so hard to explain because it's nothing. It's nothing, but it's something. It's so hard to explain. But I knew it was my grandma. I knew it was her energy, her spirit. And then I'm being attacked because I done I've reached the next level. I've reached the next level and things are about to happen fast for me in my life. Not just no relationship, just what God has for me in general, y'all. Like, it was just so overwhelming. So, whew, uh, man. Yeah, y'all. So I hope everything just came together. I feel like all of this matters. That's why I just said it. So just watch out for the familiar spirits. Um, if you feel like it's time to let go of a certain energy, let them go because you're only holding yourself back. If you want to prosper, you have this is what you have to do. You want to heal, you want to grow, and I'm gonna leave. What did I say? I think I made 9 steps of healing, y'all. So I'm gonna put that video. I made it a while ago. Put that video back in there, y'all. These are just the steps. Excuse me. If you're desiring like me to prepare, I'm gonna say prepare for your spouse, then you know what I'm saying. Just you gonna go through stuff. You gonna go through stuff to get that person, but I know it's worth it. I'm not there yet, but I know it's gonna be worth it, and I'm just glad I know what's going on. And don't be fooled by these familiar spirits, okay? So let go of the old energy that you had once dealt with. Watch out for these familiar spirits that are within people that are trying to pursue you if you are women. And men, watch out for them women because they got spirits too. They'll try to deceive you. You hear me? Men, watch out too. It goes both ways. We all get fooled out here. So just use your discernment. Use your experience. Don't forget that. Don't. And just prepare, baby. Prepare for this journey. And I think that was a test. Me meeting that man. Whatever the case was. Me meeting him introducing himself to me. That was a test. I believe that was a test from God just to see if I really learned from my past, which I have. I passed that test. Baby, I passed that, and I just read him in my mind who he was. Please. All right. That's all I got, though. If y'all got any questions, leave them in the comments for me. Let me know y'all experience. I'm curious to know as well. I want to tune in with y'all. And like I always say, God is waiting on you. You're the only one playing. I love y'all. Peace.